Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm going to do some reviews on some of these Matchbox cars. There may be a Hot Wheels car thrown in, but these are all just different SUVs and Jeeps and the like. So, without further ado, this one is the Oshkosh MTV. It's a military vehicle. It's meant to be more lightweight and nimble and quick. It's kind of a good reconnaissance type vehicle. So I'm going to check it out. So I look at this one's of the Jungle collection. It's kind of fun. You can see the armored plates for a gunner in the top. That translated out pretty well. You can see the little hatch where the gunner would pop up. Got gas cans in the back, spare tire, looks like maybe some jacks and some other lifting type equipment. It's a brutal little thing, looks like a little warthog. Well, the question is, does it roll? It rolls pretty good. And the track on it is narrow enough that it'd probably be good for some of the Matchbox car tracks. So there's the MATV. Next up on our list is the MBX, which is just Matchbox 2012 collection Hummer H2. So H3. I looked at this and I said to myself, that is not an H2. That is a scaled down small one, and sure enough, I read it incorrectly. The H3, this is a scaled down, better gas mileage. There was such a response to the H2 being such a big gas guzzler that people just weren't having it. Look at the bottom, you can see it's got the transmission, not much anything for a transfer case, but some kind of fun just like fill-in details. Not really that scale, but we're not too worried about it. So the checkered pattern on the fender wells is kind of interesting. It looks like it's trying to be carbon fiber, not sure. Looks kind of cool from the top. The question is, does it roll? This is another one that would be really good for just banging together. Kids inevitably love going like this with them, and if you have something on the front of it that enables you to be able to have it last long and it doesn't have a paint chip off everywhere. Paint chips I'm not real comfortable with, especially if they're from China. These particular ones, this one comes from Thailand, so you would hope that there wouldn't be lead-based paint in it, but some of the ones that come from China, this is also from Thailand. So it's like the Hummer's got a little bit of duck waddle. The back end of it's wobbling just a little, well, not just a little, quite a bit actually. Typically these wheels are pretty good. You can see it's got a tow package, it's got the 7-wire round type adapter for a trailer, but there's no trailer hitch. It's interesting, a lot of the Matchbox sets are coming with trailers nowadays. That one has a lot more roar to it, but seems to roll better as well. Let's do another military one. This one is a 43 Jeep Willys. It's the MBX Jungle, probably from the Jungle collection. This pop is officially licensed. You see what we've got: Land Rover, Jeep, and Oshkosh, all of the same collection. Let's pop it open and see what we've got. I've done a few different reviews on similar ones that were a lot of fun. You can see you've got a little axe with a painted axe blade in the handle. You got some detail on the shovel. They probably could have used that same pass and process for this. Looks like the fender was in the way. You could touch that up if you wanted to. On the side, what does it say? It says Swamp Crew MBX. Just a clever little setup. You see some diamond plating on the other side. Spare tire and a gas can on the back. You've got the bumpers so you can bash it. Nice heavy duty front bumper, which is scale for the Willys, but also good, like I say, for banging the cars together. Does it roll? It rolls pretty well. I don't think I'd give it a good start, but does great. This one I'm excited about. This one came out in green some time ago. It's the MBX Explorers, the Jeep Wrangler Superlift. This is actually the Rubicon, but due to copyright or whatever, I don't think that they were able to call it that. But it's a Rubicon with a roof rack. I think the roof rack adds some fun to it. This is a little different. That wasn't on the other ones that I did, the green ones. So this is from, just says Jeep Wrangler Superlift, doesn't say Jungle Collection or anything to that nature. You see all kinds of licensing from Batman, Superlift, GM, Jeep, Warner Brothers, and DC. It's in DC Comics. This has those great big wheels on it, and these typically roll really well. They're a little wide for some tracks. They say some cars not for use with some sets. I like this. This looks almost kind of like a snow camo type of a paint scheme, even though it's just a contour line. You could add some more gray with a brush if you could match that, and it would really look cool with snow camo. That's what I'd like to see on that. Looking at the top, you can see you've got a chainsaw, you got some other kind of circle, an air tank, a cooler, some sleeping bags. It's pretty cool. It's ready to rock. It's got a rear mounted winch. That's something that you don't see. You see winches in the front all the time. You can see the fair lead there and the D-rings, and then you've got some lights under the raised front bar. It's got a snorkel on the side for forging through deep water, and it looks like some type of a lighting apparatus here, like maybe it's some type of emergency vehicle. Got a little orange highlight on the wheels. That doesn't really belong there, but I've seen that on a lot of them. So let's check it out. How does it roll? That's pretty good. See, I've got a little bit of a slope I'm working with. Does that roll good or what? It rolls good. Smack. It's got the bumper for bashing into other cars. Alright, next up we have, what is that? It's not a Jeep. It's a Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. I had a large scale remote control one of these, a CR01 by Tamiya. It's pretty cool. Had a lot of lift on it though. This is more of a stock format. These are pretty fun. There's a guy that I know, as a young kid, he was in high school and he was buying these up and fixing them up. He'd take wheelbarrows and cut the contours and the curves out of a wheelbarrow, weld it into these so it was a heavy duty steel, and paint them and sell them for a lot of money. Buy them for like $2,000 and they'd sell them for about 10. So I was involved in that because I'd make them run good. Look how well the thing's printed in the front. It's got the little Toyota and headlights and the turn signals all done up. Typically they'll stamp the front and the back or the sides, but not both. In this case they just did everything in the front. And I think that was probably a pretty good move. And a nice heavy bumper for bashing with other cars. Nothing going on in the back, but just that bumper that you see there. See if it rolls. That's pretty poor. You see the lines that we've done, and that's just going to illustrate how well it tracks. This one is made in Thailand, but there's just a lot of slop on the axles. When they were pressed together, the bar is too long. So anyway, that one's a shelf sitter, not a good track car. The last one in the series for this video is Highway City. This is a Hot Wheels car, which is different. It's both owned by Mattel. If you look at the back of a Matchbox package, you'll see that it's Mattel. If you look at Hot Wheels, it's also Mattel. So it's kind of the same thing, but they typically do things a little bit differently. You see a lot more outlandish paint jobs and outlandish designs in the Hot Wheels line, and you see more scale things with the Matchbox. But as the other collectors have noticed, there's been a parting, or going away from the scale stuff with the Matchbox ones, and you're getting Matchbox cars that are all decked out in crazy paint jobs. Alright, so for this one, this looks like some kind of Chevy Suburban. It says Chevy Tahoe 2007, trademark GM on the bottom, Hot Wheels. This is all a painted surface, so it's likely to get chipped up if you have little kids playing with it. They love it. They love emergency vehicles and stuff. So let's see how well it rolls. It rolls pretty good. It's got a little bit of that duck waddle, you know, the tail shakes a little bit. Overall, not bad. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button. If you have any comments or any input or feedback, leave it in the comments section, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks.